If I had to go back 10 years in time, knowing everything that I know now, and I had to do everything to eliminate shyness, this is exactly what I would do. Welcome to the first part of the 3-part series of eliminating shyness so you could become the fucking person you want to be, you can become better socially, and overall you can just become more confident and not let shyness hold you back from anything that you want in life. Before I get to the main point of this video, I'm going to tell you a quick story because it's going to better explain everything I'm going to talk about in this video. 10 years ago, I was a sophomore in high school, and I wanted to become the kind of person that could easily make friends with people, and overall I wanted to become more confident. However, I was the kind of person that I hated the way I looked. I had poofy hair, I had like this weird beard patches all over me. I didn't care about the way I dressed. I was horrible at having social conversations with people. And the worst thing is, I was always made fun of and picked on in every social setting, okay? So during that time, I was really insecure about what people thought of me because again, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, all because of, again, what I thought of myself and how people treated me, okay? I remember one day after school, I look in the mirror and I was just so disgusted and I did not like the person I was, okay? Because I hated the way I was treated. I hated how I wasn't confident. I hated that I couldn't hold like social conversations with people. And overall, I just didn't like the way I perceived myself. And I knew something fucking had to change. So I thought to myself at that moment that I will do whatever it takes to become more confident. I will do whatever the fuck it takes for me to become more outgoing and overall the person I wanted to be. And I'm not gonna let shyness hold me back. So the first thing that I thought was maybe if I started with fitness and maybe if I started getting in better shape and more muscular, I'll start to be more confident. I will start to be more socially calibrated, right? So this is what I did. When I started working out for the first 3 to 4 months, I noticed some changes in my body. It wasn't drastic or anything, but it was still some good change. I got invited to go to my first high school party, and I was super nervous. I was like I was still super insecure about what people thought of me. However, when I went to that party, I won't forget, this girl came up to me. She was a classmate of mine, and she looked at me. She was like, "You look really fucking good. Like, you look really jacked." Like it was a compliment. After she said that to me, it's like a switch flipped in my brain, right? That's the first time I actually felt recognized, and that's the first time like I actually felt really fucking good about myself. So I went full deep into the fitness route. And now, basically everything that I know now, fitness is part of the reason why I am the way I am and why I actually became more confident. So let me break that story down, okay? When I started to like what I saw in the mirror and I started to like the way that I looked, everything started to change for me. So the key of this part is you want to like what you see in the mirror, okay? Why? Because again, back then I had poofy hair. I hated the way my face looked. I hated the way my body looked. I just didn't take care of myself. So how do you think I interacted with people if subconsciously I didn't even like who I was? I didn't even like the way I looked, right? Of course, that held me back in conversation. That held me back to being the person I want to be. And that just overall held me back on saying what I wanted to say because I was so scared of what people thought of me. And I was so scared of overall what people think of the way I looked. And once I started changing that gradually and overall I started liking myself a little bit more every single day, the whole energy shifts because I showed up differently during conversations. I was more confident in who I was, okay? And when I was more confident in the way that I looked, people respond to that. People respond really well to that. And when you get that fucking positive experience like that girl complimenting you or someone is recognizing you, it changes your fucking worldview, okay? So that's why I believe once you start doing stuff having some sort of like fitness regimen in you, that you just start liking what you see in the mirror, most importantly to what you like. It has to be that you like what you see in the mirror. You will naturally start to become a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more like just better socially, because again, when your energy shifts, your personality will start to change a little bit too. So let me get into what fitness has done to me, like just in general, and overall what strength training has done for me in my life. So the first thing is confidence. This might sound like a no-brainer, but literally it is the easiest place to just start when you want to become more confident. Again, when you start to just be a little bit more muscular, and I'm not saying you have to look like a fucking male model. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. Your first 3 to 4 months of you just working out and building muscle is enough for you to feel just better, for you to actually like what you see in the mirror. Okay, that's the whole point of this. So when you just start working out a little bit, your first 3 to 4 months, and you look at yourself in the fucking mirror, you compare your before and after pictures, it's gonna give you that internal confidence, which is so important when it comes to you become better socially and overall. It's so important when you're actually wanting to be more like outgoing and more confident, okay? The second thing, again, is recognition, like the one I got when that girl complimented me. You will be more recognized when you like what you see in the mirror. You will be more recognized when you like the body that you have. And overall, when you have a body that you like, people admire that about you. People admire people that have just overall, like, take care of themselves, that have good bodies. They just overall, like, just look good, okay? And I'm not trying to say here that looks are everything, but it's a part of it, because what's the point if you don't even like what you see, right? You're gonna be here one time in this world, so you might as well do what you can to actually like what you see in the mirror and overall just like appreciate yourself. Okay, so recognition, that's another good part, because the more recognition you get, again, this can help you get more internal confidence. Like, oh shit, like people actually recognize me and just overall like compliment me, okay? The third thing here is courage. This, like, fitness isn't easy to do, but building that internal courage for you doing this, imagine any other challenge that comes in your life. If you can tackle this, right? If you just get like a little bit better with your fitness or just overall your health, it doesn't take, like, you can literally accomplish anything in the fucking world if you can get good at fitness. Right? If you can just overall get a body that you like, there's no other fucking challenge in the world that can stop you from becoming the person you want to be, or that can stop you just from achieving what you want to achieve, okay? And the next thing they can do is self-love and taking care of yourself. I believe that the more high self-esteem that you have, overall your self-esteem, the higher it is, the better you're gonna feel, and overall the better your social interactions are gonna go, and the better you're gonna just overall be, like, the better you're just gonna be about yourself, okay, or how you're gonna feel. So people always ask about the best self-love practices and overall, like, how can I actually like who I am? It just starts from taking care of your health and taking care of the way that you fucking look. So literally, if you want to do this, you don't have to be like, there's so many ways you can do this, by the way. You can do calisthenics, you can do weight training from the gym, which is what I do. There's so many like forms of exercise for you to have like a better physique or overall just like what you see, that it's not that hard to do. You just have to find what you're more passionate about. You just have to just test it and put your feet in the water and see what works best for you. So literally, you could, if you just worked out 3 fucking days a week, right? And you just put a little bit of time into just liking what you see, that's enough change for you to actually notice progress in the first 2 to 3 months, okay? So the other thing I want to talk about is perception. Whether we like it or not, you will be perceived in a way when someone meets you, okay? So the way we can like alter perception, so when someone meets you, they perceive you highly, they just like being around you, they like what they see, is overall the way you take care of yourself. So let me take you for example. Have you ever met somebody that you just perceive really highly? Usually that person is in shape, right? Or that person is really confident, that person is really outgoing. But when someone meets you and they see that you fucking take care of yourself, they see that you have like a good body, they overall just see that you're just fit, that like in the first 3 seconds, they're already gonna perceive you highly. And when they perceive you that way already, it's so much easier just to overall have conversations with that people, because they're gonna be so much more receptive towards you. Okay, and that's what I found out too when I was younger. When I started being more and more into fitness, the more it was easier for someone to perceive me highly, and the more fucking respect that I got, which is right here, the more respect that I got in general, all because I started liking what I saw in the mirror. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating this. It's because I like what I fucking saw in the mirror, and it's because I like the body that I have, okay? And literally, if you combine all of this, I know this, I'm dragging this point on, but again, if I were to go back, right, I would even go further into fitness if I could, but this is only the first part, all right? When you wake up and you look in the fucking mirror and you like what you see, this will change you, this will change how you respond to people, this will just overall change how you feel in the fucking moment, because you won't be as insecure of what other people think of you if you actually like what you think of your fucking self, okay? So, to recap everything, the first part is do things like take care of yourself, take care of your hair, take care of your fucking face, take care of your body to actually like what you see. And then this will naturally change you. This will naturally make you just overall more outgoing. This will naturally eliminate shyness from you. It'll cut it, like literally from you. And it's not the whole solution, which I'll really dive into future parts, but this is the first good big step you could take to overall become the person you want to be, become better socially, become more fucking outgoing, is literally when you start liking what you fucking see and you being fit and you just overall admire the way that you look, it'll make everything a whole of a lot hell of an easier in your life. Social interactions, making friends, getting a fucking girlfriend, whatever that goal is for you, it makes everything easier. I hope this video helped you. I hope it may give you some new insights. And the next video I'm gonna make about part 2 is gonna be about just overall the way that you carry yourself. I don't see many YouTubers talk about it, and I'm so excited because it's one of my favorite topics to talk about, so stay tuned for that. And if this video helped you in any sort of way, just subscribe below, leave a comment what you think, and I'm grateful that you're even watching this in the first place. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.